Okay, so if I break into song every once in a while, don't be upset. Oh, we are the daughters of Triton. So hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Timmy. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you liked and decided to stay by hitting the subscribe button. And if this is not your first time, welcome back. So today I'm so excited. Today I'm going to be talking about the Little Mermaid. I am a huge Disney fan. Not when I was a kid I was a Disney fan. I still am a Disney fan, and my favorite Disney movie growing up was Little Mermaid. So when I heard this was coming out, I was super excited. I was ready to be disappointed, but I wasn't. I actually enjoyed it. There were a few parts of it that annoyed me. Starting from knowing the entire movie word for word, it really threw me off not being able to, say everything exactly how it was being said. But that was fine. Them changing the script is expected. So I'm going to talk about a few other things that were changed that I didn't really enjoy, and then some of the things that were changed that I didn't mind so much. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. So I'm going to start with a huge negative for me. The way this movie started was really upsetting for me because there was a beautiful song that they completely took out. Daughters of Triton. Okay, so if I break into song every once in a while, don't be upset. Oh, we are the daughters of Triton, great Father who loves us and named us well. So they cut that whole song out. I don't know why, because that was such a warm way to start the movie. That's how the original started. He introduced us to her family, and it was a perfect way to cut into her being missing at an important day in their life. So all the sisters said their names, and they were like, introducing to you our youngest sister. She's our sister, Eri. And then she's not there. Triton is furious. Ariel. Then we cut to her at the shipwreck trying to find things with Flounder, and then there was the whole shark thing. Then there was the going to the surface to see Scuttle. So that whole order of the scenes was completely thrown off. I didn't enjoy that. Also, Sebastian being so proud of his musical piece and all of that showed some of his personality. They cut that out. I didn't like that. So there was the shark scene, then there was Scuttle above water. Then she runs home because she remembered the musical. Her father yells at her. That also shows a bit of their relationship. They didn't really dive into the bond between father and daughter in this one. There was actually a scene specifically where Ariel was singing. And she's like floating around with her sisters, and she like floats past her daddy, puts a flower in his hair, and he's like, oh, what's going on with Ariel? And her sisters are like, oh, can't you see, daddy? Ariel's in love, and he's excited that she's in love. And that just shows like the soft part of him where he's excited for his daughter and he really loves her and is invested in her. Showed a bit of affection, which was really missing in this version. I think every time that they were together, there was yelling and disagreement, and that didn't help us understand the affection that he has for his daughter and why it was so upsetting for him that his youngest daughter was so defiant and rebellious and all of that. So there wasn't enough of that for me. Even in the times when he's yelling at her, destroying her grotto and all of that, you can see that he feels remorseful at the end of it and he feels bad, So yeah, I think that was a bit missing in this version. Then she sang Part of Your World. I wanna be where the people are. I wanna see them dancing. And then there was a shipwreck. Another thing that they cut out was the statue reveal on deck. Grisby presents Eric with a gift, a statue of himself, a replica of himself, and that was a nice scene, to show their relationship as well. That was cut out. Ariel was watching, so she saw the statue, she saw him for the first time, and the statue just became this random thing that sunk to the bottom of the ocean. Nobody knows what it meant, or if it was even him or anything like that. So that was very strange. And then there was Under the Sea. Under the sea, under the sea. Under the sea, under the sea. Then there was the part where Triton destroys the grotto. Then there was Poor Unfortunate Souls. Come on, you poor unfortunate souls. This was the original order. So instead of leaving it the way it was in the original, they completely removed Daughters of Triton. They put in the scene with the sailors. Then they went to the scene with the shark. I think they went to the scene with Scuttle. Then I think there was the Under the Sea scene, which upset me as well because the animals were not singing the same, and I didn't really enjoy Under the Sea as a piece. It doesn't compare to the original. And then they go to land, which wasn't explored at all in the original. I wasn't so mad at it because I understand them wanting to bring in another perspective and like trying to add some, something to it. But one thing I would say I did not enjoy was Eric's solo. Why was he singing? I did not get that. He wasn't great at singing, and the song just wasn't necessary. Is this why we removed Daughters of Triton? Like, Daughters of Triton was literally 30 seconds. Like, I really, like, why did they have to take that out? I don't get it. Then we're introduced to his mom, and then they say that he was adopted. I didn't really get the point of that. He didn't have a mom in the original. I don't know why he had a mom now. And then we get to Poor Unfortunate Souls, which I just have to say now, Ursula's performance was fantastic. Ursula was already like my favorite character in the original. She was scary, but I knew like she was a powerful character, and I really enjoyed her as a character. Melissa McCarthy did a fantastic job. She was easily the best performance, I would say. Let me go a bit into things that were changed that I wasn't so mad about. The songs were not as simply sung. There were a few changes, obviously, because a different person is singing it. Hailey's performance was good. It was good, but when I listened to the original, I just missed the simplicity of the original Ariel, which is fine. Like, this is just a different version, and that's absolutely fine. So her version is her version, and it was good for what it was, but I preferred the original songs. But that's just a sentimental thing for me, I guess. There were a few songs that were added, and there were a few songs that were taken out, which I understood both ways. For the first time, it was actually a great song to add in there, because it was a song that wasn't in the original when she first got to land, and she was, experiencing fire and, walking and gravity and all of that. And that song kind of expressed what her feelings were, and that was fine for a live action movie. It was nice to delve into her perspective of that new experience. So I think that was a good song to add. I actually enjoyed the song. Another song that was really good to add was Scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt was when Scuttle came to tell them that the prince was proposing to someone, and they added a rap. So Scuttle's rap was fantastic. That was really fun. I enjoyed that modern twist. A song that they took out that I actually understood why they took it out was Le Poisson with the chef and Sebastian. Obviously, it made sense to take that out because in real life that would be gruesome. It wouldn't have looked nice, and it wasn't a necessary scene. So I totally understand why they took that out, but I definitely noticed that they did. Another thing I didn't really enjoy, which I mean, I guess they didn't have a choice, but the animals were too realistic. One in particular, Flounder, wasn't cute anymore. Like, Flounder is Flounder. Like, the cuteness was just completely missing. I understand you wanting it to be a real fish, but it wasn't Flounder to me. So yeah, that threw me off. Also, the animals being too realistic, even to the point that they couldn't even perform. Like, the animals were a huge part of the musical performances, and that was missing in this one. Sebastian wasn't so bad. I think Scuttle was even a different kind of bird, but I wasn't even mad at that. Scuttle was even female this time. It wasn't a problem for me. It just looked too... I think the one that upset me the most, honestly, was Flounder. And yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Speaking of creatures, another thing that was missing, I think, or unless I missed it, I didn't see any of the Poor Unfortunate Souls. So in the original, there were like these little creatures that were supposedly people. They were people who Ursula had, imprisoned, and when she imprisons them, she turns them into these creatures. And even at the end, they were released. So when she died, they all turned back into mer people, and they were released, and that was completely missing. I don't know why. They probably thought it wasn't necessary, but I noticed, and it would have been nice to have them. When Ursula got the trident from Triton, it looked like she killed him, and immediately I was like, he didn't die in the original. What's going on? Because he was like, it looked like he died. I don't know why they did it that way. Because what she did was she turned him into the creature, and the crown was left around him, and it wasn't like he died and then all of a sudden he was resurrected at the end. But I'm like, this was clearly a scene where you killed him. Like, anyway, so I don't know why they removed those creatures. Also, Ursula and Triton being siblings is something that I didn't know, or I guess it just didn't come up in the first one, but I don't know. I wasn't mad at it. It's fine. If they're siblings, they're siblings. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. But yeah, let's leave that alone. In the final battle scene where Ursula is killed, in the original, Eric actually killed her. But this time it was Ariel, which... okay. One last thing is it was lacking color. I know they were trying to make it realistic, but this is not Pirates of the Caribbean. It's still Little Mermaid, so they could have added a little bit of color because the original was like so vibrant and colorful. So that was missing for me. I mean, I know that under the sea scenes are usually like very dark, but even like on land, it was a bit too dark for me for a Little Mermaid movie. So I thought that they could have made it a little bit more colorful. So Ursula puts a memory spell on Ariel, and she can't remember that the prince is meant to kiss her. I don't know how I felt about that. I guess the point was, like, it was fine the way it was. Like, why couldn't she still know that she was supposed to kiss him but still wait for her to be kissed? But I don't know why they added that. That's another thing that I'm a bit indifferent about, but yeah, it was annoying that, you know, Sebastian had to keep reminding her that he needs to kiss her. Okay, another difference I spotted was her teaching him her name, and I thought that was really cute. So they talked about the stars briefly and talked about like Aries and blah blah blah. So she used that to teach him her name because she can't talk. You know, I wish I knew your name or something like that. And she was like, you know, he's like Aries, no, and then he's like Arim, Ariel. That's the first time I've done that. It actually works. Ariel. Anyways, that's how she taught him her name, and I thought that was a fun thing they threw in there. Oh, also, Triton's casting was actually quite good. He kind of reminded me of the original, so that was good. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I think that Hailey's performance was good. I thought that Melissa McCarthy's performance was fantastic, and I wasn't disappointed at all. The Prince, not so much. That song really upset me. I don't know why it was even necessary, so that was irritating to me. The addition of the Queen, I couldn't care less, to be honest. Grisby was okay. His dog didn't appear as much as he did in the original. Like, I don't think I even remember what his face looked like, and that was a bit weird because in the original he was a character, like you could see the dog's face. I guess the dog doesn't matter as much, so let's let that slide. They also included Eric having extra passions, like he wanted to like travel the world. He was curious about the sea, which was actually quite cute to add, where, you know, things that he didn't even know about the sea, she was teaching him. So it was nice to show a deeper connection and, you know, similarity between them, as if they were modern, you know, people, like actual real people dating, rather than just have cartoons who just fall in love just because, oh, you have pretty eyes, so we're meant to be, and we share true love's kiss, and that's that. So they actually took a bit of time to, you know, delve into their relationship and, you know, give them a few more scenes to kind of court, really, and get to know each other, and, you know, have dreams together. So that was really nice. And when the movie ended, they actually showed them going off to explore the world together. So I thought that was a nice touch. So that's it, guys. I hope I actually got to say everything I wanted to. I really enjoyed this movie. I think a lot of it had to do with nostalgia, but I will give it to them. The performances were quite good. So yeah, overall, it was a good movie. I'll definitely still be watching the original a few more times in my life. But yeah, it was nice to see a different version. It was a nice twist of the original. Are you a Disney fan? Are you a Little Mermaid fan? Please leave a comment below. Did you ever watch the original? How many times did you watch the original? Was the last time you watched it when you were under 10? Unlike me, I've watched it in my 30s for sure. Let me know if you've seen this movie. I would love to hear your thoughts. Did you prefer the original to the new one, or vice versa? What would I give to see you subscribing? Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on my next video. Bye.